Hello everyone, my name is Nasser. In this video, I'll talk about writing a discussion section. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Discuss everything that's in your paper. Explain only the results that you present. Not discussing certain data or results will just confuse your readers. It's like watching a really interesting movie and you're introduced to all these great characters and then all of a sudden one of the main characters just disappears without any explanation. That can be incredibly frustrating. Likewise, don't discuss results that you don't present. Now back to that movie analogy. It's like talking about a character that never makes an appearance in the movie. That can also be incredibly frustrating for your readers. Keep it logical. Try to discuss things in the same order as they appear in the methods section and the results section. I will leave a link to some videos and blogs on how to write a methods section and a results section, so I highly recommend checking it out. I'll give an example of how I use this approach in one of my original research articles, and I talk about that in my blog, How to Write a Discussion, What Does It All Mean? I'll leave a link to both of those in the description below. If you're unsure about how to write a discussion section, just ask for help. I'm a big fan of the saying, there's no such thing as silly questions, only silly answers. Most institutions and companies have access to great resources that will tell you how it's done. If you're writing a manuscript, always consult the guide for authors for your target journal. That will include valuable information for you. Juxtaposition. To add credibility to your work, you need to compare it with other credible sources. Now, data that agrees with your results helps to strengthen your arguments. However, if literature data does not agree with your results, then explain why. It's perfectly fine. Compare your work with highly cited articles from reputable journals. If you don't, your readers will wonder why. And just some general tips. Substantiate your arguments. Now, think of it this way. Your results are the foundation for your arguments to be built upon. Be specific with statements. Always detail test conditions, giving specific information. So for example, if you're talking about a chemical reaction, give information about the temperature, the pressure, the atmosphere. So for example, a chemical reaction would have taken place at 200 degrees Celsius in 100 kilopascals of air. Explain how your results can lead to solving a particular problem or how it goes about answering your research question. I talk about different ways to present your research objectives in my blog, Writing an Introduction, Telling a Story. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Discuss the weaknesses of your work. Now, there's nothing wrong with talking about the shortcomings of your research. That adds to the transparency and the honesty of your work. And the scientific community will benefit from that and they'll appreciate that. Organise your discussion into subheadings and subsections if possible. Now imagine you're a reader and you're confronted with large blocks of text that can be incredibly daunting to read through. So make it more manageable for them. Break it down into bite-sized chunks. Use well-known publications as a blueprint. So in the past I've used many publications like textbooks and articles to give me inspiration and ideas for structuring and creating my own work. Write your discussion in the present tense using the third person singular passive voice. Now that's a style prevalent in most publications, so emulate that. What do you think? Do you think I've missed something? Do you need a proofreading, editing, course designing, grant proposal writing or consultancy service? I'd love to hear from you. Remember to like, share and subscribe.